Do I tell my twin flame that we are twin flames? I get this question a lot, and I want to help ease your mind in this space and give you some tips on how to work through this. But before we get started, I am Kanisha with Peace, Love, and Faith. Definitely don't forget to like and subscribe. You can learn how to manifest and attract your true twin flame, how to heal your negative self programming, any childhood trauma, and really become the best version of yourself. So, do you need to tell your twin flame that you're twin flames in order for them to recognize that you're twin flames? No, you do not. And that is because you do not want to control how this unfolds for them. You have to remember that your twin flame has their own spiritual journey, their own process of being able to reveal who their true twin flame is to them, even if that is you and you already know it. Most of the time, not all of the time, but most of the time, the divine feminine is very aware of the fact that this is a divine connection, that this is their divine counterpart, the person that God created for them, their kingdom spouse, their specific person, whatever you want to call it. However, for divine masculines, because a lot of them work on having to heal their heart, heal feeling their feelings, and tend to try to avoid the feeling part and really take action and be more in the mental part, sometimes it just requires a little bit more space for them to really have that revealed to them. But once they know, they know. In their heart, they know that there is a deeper connection with you, a spiritual bond with you. But intellectually, they may not have words for it. And so, if you feel guided to share with your twin flame about the concept on twin flames or share with them what you have learned, that's absolutely okay. You just want to feel your feelings around it. Does it feel like you are telling them because you want them to change? You want them to commit to you? You want them to see who you really are to them? Any of those kinds of feelings or reasonings of wanting to tell them that you're twin flames is because ultimately you're trying to control and you're trying to get them to change. And that is manipulation, and it most likely will backfire. I moved through this with my twin flame when we had our first coaching session, and I didn't even realize it was there until he kind of pointed it out. But when I really felt into it, I could feel in my heart and in the back of my mind, I had this expectation that after this coaching session with my twin flame ascension coach, he was going to be like, oh, yes, this is my twin flame. Yeah, let's be together. Blah, 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 blah. No, we got out of that coaching session and we were both completely triggered because we had blocks there. And I remember him saying something along the lines of, I feel like I just shattered your expectations. And I was like, I had no expectations. But then when I really sat with it, I was like, yeah, he really did shatter my expectations, because that wasn't the purpose of us coming together. Our purpose of coming together was healing blocks so that we could see each other clearly and start to explore us being twin flames. And over time, that just naturally happened. And there was no need to ever press or pressure him into seeing that we were twin flames. That unfolded for him naturally in his own connection and exploration with God. And so there's never a need to go try to change things by telling them, hey, we're twin flames. Now, if they approach those things to you, then absolutely have that conversation. Like, they're bringing that to you because they're desiring clarity and more guidance in this space. But ultimately, you just feel into it. Now, if the subject comes up and they're like, yeah, I feel this really intense connection, I just don't know, then you can share with them, I would love to explore being twin flames with you. I would like explore to see if we're truly twin flames without attachment or expectations. Because what I found is that a lot of people will try to explore being twin flames with someone without actually being honest with that person of what you're doing. And that is creating a foundation that will ultimately crumble at some point if you're not going to be honest with them of like, I believe you're my twin flame. I would like to explore this. I would like to look at it. If they say no, that's okay. You can explore that without them, absolutely. But if you're going to try to continue a relationship with them and not at least have the conversation with them from a place of peace, a place of, hey, I desire to connect here with you and I desire to share this part of me with you, not I'm trying to change you and get you to commit to me, you will see that that conversation will naturally unfold. So to answer the question, do I have to tell my twin flame we're twin flames? No, you do not. You just want to make sure that if it is something that's on your heart and you desire to share that with them, then do that. But know that if you're choosing to be with your twin flame, you're claiming it, you're doing the inner work, so are they. They're one with you. There is no separation. And so ultimately, they will come to the understanding that you are their divine counterpart, that you are their spiritual spouse, that they're meant to be with you. That will unfold the same way. I wouldn't say the same way that unfolds for you, but that spiritual process will be implemented in their life and they will have to move through it. Like if you're doing the work, they can't help but do the work. You will naturally come into peace with your twin flame and harmony and with your twin flame if you're doing the work. Only one of you has to do the inner work in order for you two to come together. I do find that it's much easier if you're both doing the inner work together, where say you have an upset and you're able to work through it together using the mirror exercise or just communicating without having to go into these separate directions of healing by yourself and then coming back together. You will move through it much faster as one. But if it's at this point in time in your union where you're doing the majority of the inner work, I've always learned over the 6 years of doing this that when it looks like it's just you doing the inner work, they are also doing the inner work. It may look a little different than how you're doing it, but at the core, they are reflecting, they are moving through their upsets, they are looking at their patterns, they are trying to figure out how to elevate and ascend because they are you, they are one with you. There is no possible way that only one of you are healing and the other one is not. It's just, then they're not your twin flame. That's all I gotta say is then they're not your twin flame. You and your twin flame are always making the same core choice. And this is something that was also revealed to me through the process of having my true twin flame revealed to me, is even though there were times that we weren't communicating or we weren't spending time with each other, when we did come back and we did communicate, we got very clear and very aware that we were both moving through the same core upset. It just manifested a little differently on the other side or on the outside. And then a lot of the times we would process it together, where I would bring my piece and he would bring his piece, and then we both were able to fully process what we moved through and come into peace and harmony in that space. So remember that you're always maintaining your garden and they're maintaining theirs, and together you have this beautiful, luscious garden. And you never have to worry or focus on whether or not they know that you're twin flames or that they're looking up twin flames or whatever it is. Just as you ground the work and ground the understanding of what being in a twin flame union is. A lot of people have a misconception about that. They're still trying to apply their twin flame, apply soulmate concepts to a twin flame union. That won't work. And they are approaching it like, oh, I want that person to be my boyfriend, I want that person to be my girlfriend. Y'all, twin flames is much, 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 much more beyond a title of a relationship. This is also something that I've had to learn. So when you recognize that they are your divine counterpart, your ascension buddy, the direct reflection of your relationship with God, they're here for a purpose, for you to live your life purpose together, you will let go of the titles and needing them to know who you are and all these things, and just start embracing your union within, and you will see your union on the outside start to reflect that back to you. So I hope this was helpful. You never have to control or manipulate or pressure or make anything happen in your union. You can absolutely surrender that to God and just do your inner work and trust that those things are unfolding and working out in your union's highest good. When you make the core choice to be with your twin flame, the universe and God literally in that moment start aligning things for you two to come together. So you can make a choice to relax and surrender and allow things to unfold in the way that it needs to. All right, well, I hope this was helpful. If you would like more support on your twin flame journey or help healing negative self-concept or any childhood trauma, definitely check out the link below for my coaching. And also don't forget to like and subscribe. You can find my other content on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook as well. I hope you guys have a beautiful day. Peace, love, and faith.